In today's Jamaica Magazine, we highlight how two students of the Winston Jones High School in Manchester were able to ace their 2020 Industrial Technology CSEC exams. And later, a look at why gymnastics is a sport worth trying. Thanks for making it Jamaica Magazine. I'm Audrey Williams, and it's my pleasure to be taking you through the pages. Stay with me as the magazine unfolds right now.
Do you own land and need a title? Well, the National Land Agency NLA can help. Through the systematic land registration process, the NLA will assist residents to get titles in declared project areas across Jamaica. Systematic land registration is the methodical and orderly registration of parcels of land in a designated area known as systematic adjudication area. For further information on the systematic land registration process, including declared systematic adjudication areas, who can apply and the benefits, visit the National Land Agency's website at www.nla.gov.jm or email asknla@nla.gov.jm. The National Land Agency, one goal.
Today, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, July 23, 2021. Final talks are underway to secure over 25 million doses of vaccine for developing countries that are highly dependent on tourism, including Jamaica. During a function on Thursday, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett said workers in the sector are to benefit from the supply.
I've just finished a mega discussion and collaborative effort in Africa with regards to us in the Caribbean and our friends from Saudi Arabia. And an announcement is imminent. The work is fully on to finalize that arrangement.
Minister Bartlett was addressing the launch of the 7th staging of the Christmas in July trade show. The event was hosted by the Tourism Linkages Network, a division of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF. It was developed to provide a gifting solution to the tourism industry and, by extension, corporate Jamaica and retail consumers. In other tourism news, Jamaica is set to welcome 1 million visitors by the end of August. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says this is expected to bring approximately $1.5 billion into the economy.
Our industry is the fastest in the recovery process in the economy as we speak.
He adds that government has also rehired thousands of workers within the sector who were displaced by the pandemic. Operators intending to host small or large social events over the Emancipation and Independence weekends are to brace for possible additional COVID-19 containment measures. A meeting of the COVID Subcommittee of Cabinet is scheduled for this weekend to look at what response is necessary as the country sees an uptick in new cases. Prime Minister Andrew Holness sounded the warning during an address to Parliament this week.
Last year, with the Emancipation period, there were really very little control over events. Now, with the protocols that we have put in place, the events should be controlled.
Even as he notes the rising case numbers since more relaxed containment measures were recently announced, the Prime Minister asserts that opening up the economy and maintaining a low infection rate are possible.
Both things can work together. It is possible to go about your normal daily activities, but to do so in a safe way. What is driving the spread is indiscipline, complacency, and lack of diligence in observing the protocols. We have to decide whether to go about our activities in a disciplined and cautious way, keep our economy open and earn our livelihoods, or whether we want the path of indiscipline, which will inevitably lead to a spike forcing us to tighten measures.
The education sector has been gifted with more than 1,400 computer devices through the efforts of Jamaica's Consul General to New York, Alcion Roach Wilson. On Wednesday, Education Minister Favour Williams welcomed the donation of 1,337 tablets and 115 laptops.
Because I firmly believe that all our students across Jamaica, wherever they are, regardless of their income level, of the household in which they live, they ought to have a device, they ought to have connectivity, they ought to begin to learn the skills of the 21st century.
The computers are part of the One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, says these devices will make a meaningful difference to the recipients.
They will be, of course, ensuring that our young people have the tools to adjust, as we have all had to do in light of the pandemic.
Since November 2020, the Consul General and a broad network of corporate friends and the Jamaican diaspora in the United States have mobilized approximately $82 million in donations.
This initiative has captured the essence of what it truly means to build back stronger, and has shown the tremendous love and support that exists for our nation and our people.
The Council of Community Colleges of Jamaica, CCCJ, will now be able to grant and withdraw academic awards and distinctions where applicable. This follows the recent passing of the Council of Community Colleges of Jamaica Amendment, Validation and Indemnity Act 2021 in the House of Representatives. Minister of Education, Youth and Information Fable Williams piloted the legislation. She explained that prior to the enactment of the CCCJ Act, members of the Council issued awards that were authenticated by the signature of the respective college's principal, the Council Chairman, and the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education.
The emphasis is not on the granting of awards itself, but on the holding of examinations. Similarly, Section 4J of the Act refers to the examination and assessment of students by the Council, not the conferring or granting of awards. Section 4O of the Act is limited to acts that further the functions listed in the said Act.
The CCCJ was formed by a law passed in 2001 to supervise and coordinate the work of community colleges in Jamaica. And finally, the Ministry of Housing, Urban Renewal, Environment and Climate Change is far advanced on its Renew Jamaica initiative, which will go before Cabinet soon. Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr. says the initiative will target 4 main areas: environmental stewardship, climate resilience, providing safe and affordable housing, and reinvigorating urban areas.
The Renew Jamaica initiative will see us not just planting trees, but going across this country to connect for a cause, corporate Jamaica, with all of the schools and members of our community, churches and otherwise.
Minister Charles Jr. was speaking recently at a My Tree legacy planting exercise at St. Catherine High School. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
My name is Emile Leiber. I'm the president of the Jamaican Bar Association. We are grateful for all the investment which has taken place in our technological infrastructure. In order to fully appreciate the benefits of the technological improvements, I think one has to have an appreciation of how things were before. So if you're an attorney at law who was situated in, for example, Montego Bay, and you had a matter in the Supreme Court, it could be a chambers hearing, could have been for a few minutes. You would drive from Montego Bay, come to Kingston, sit in the judge's chambers for perhaps 15 minutes, half an hour, and then drive back to Montego Bay. So you will see there very readily that 4 hours of productive time easily, and that's assuming you drove enthusiastically, would have been lost, if not more, without the benefit of the technological improvements. So we now truly have a system of justice which is accessible to practitioners throughout Jamaica as well as the individual litigants.
There's only one more week of exams for students who are sitting CSEC and CAPE this year. If you or someone you know is taking industrial technology, This next feature will be of interest. We journeyed to the Winston Jones High School in Manchester to learn about how students there were able to ace their 2020 exam.
My name is Jamaica Morgan. I received 7 subjects in the 2020 CSEC examination. I am the top female performer in industrial technology at the Winston Jones High School.
I am Ryan Cunningham. I received 7 1s and 3 2s in the 2020 CSEC examination, and I am the top performing student at the Winston Jones High School.
Despite all the adjustments made to the 2020 sitting of the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC examinations, Rayan and Danica have really excelled.
I feel pretty good because I work hard for it. I know that without hard work I couldn't have done it, so I had to study it very hard. Even though this COVID was in, I had to study. Sometimes I didn't have the internet to go do the online classes, so I would study a lot harder than usual out of textbooks and stuff like those.
While they received a passing grade for all the subjects they sat in their CSEC exams, it came as no surprise that they both aced their industrial technology examination with grade 1 passes. In fact, all students who sat the industrial technology exam at the Winston Jones High School passed with flying colors.
I'm happy to say that we receive 100% passes, although we normally get 100% passes over the year. However, the quality of passes this year actually improved.
When asked, Ms. Thompson revealed that one reason for the success of her students is the Industrial Technology Circuit Rally that was held in March for 5th Form Industrial Technology students. Let's take a step back in time.
The Electrical Technology Rally is an initiative that would have been started by Ms. Nadine Thompson. Ms. Thompson is the head of the Industrial Technology and Visual Arts Department here at Winston Jones High School. The initiative is really to showcase the work of our students and to really provide a backdrop for motivation of our students and to really make that connection between what is happening in her classroom and the realities of the industry.
The initiative, which is in its 2nd year, requires students to work in groups of 2. 4 groups emerged this year, namely Scorpio, Taloas, Legends, and Gladiators.
This is my method of actually preparing my students adequately for their end of external examination, which is in NCT VET exam and the Caribbean examination, electrical technology. The students are actually making different circuits. They would have designed their own concept from a number of weeks. They would have come together, they would have gone to hardware to get their research on prices of materials and actually sit down and actually created and design and construct their own circuit on a board.
Created a circuit with 2 fluorescent lamps, a breaker and a meter box that is designed for a room with 2 bedroom halls and a bath. My group member John Ira helped me to design this circuit for this purpose.
In the circuit, I have 2 3-way switch, 1 single pole switch, and 2 filament lamps and 1 fluorescent lamp. So the 2 filament lamps are controlled by the 2 3-way switch, and the fluorescent lamp is controlled by the single pole switch. We recycled pipe and the filament lamp holders and wires, and some of them we have to use connector bar and wire nut because we run out of wires, so we have to connect them together.
It works by, you have a meter that is supplying the whole circuit with the current, and you have a breaker which is protecting the circuit from damage. You have a 20 amp and a 15 amp and a double base 20 amp, which the 15 amp is used to protect the lighting and the 20 amp is used to protect the plug outlets, and the 30 amp protects the whole circuit. And up to 5 plugs can be on one 20 amp breaker, and up to 12 lighting can be on a 15 amp breaker.
Well, what I've done today can help me in my exam because, for example, in the circuit, You know, you have three wires you use, three colors, black, red, and green. The black is the neutral, the red is the live, and the green is the earthing. And you know that in the meter box, you must always earth your neutral.
During the rally, the groups were judged by the principal and past students, Marcus Biggs and Alice Telesto. They received constructive criticism on their creations and were awarded for their effort.
The students, you can see that they were well trained, well taught. When you ask them, they were versed in answering the questions. When you look at the circuits that they would have put together, you see that time and effort was put into this venture. I have a cash prize to give out to the winner as well, and some complimentary gifts, phone cards, and also for second prize, cash prize as well. I also offer a scholarship if anyone from this department get 3 ones. I would give them 150,000 to whatever pursuit they want to attain.
As Ms. Thompson now basks in the success of her students, she is grateful that the annual Industrial Technology Rally was once again successful in preparing students like Rayon and Danica for their exams.
I must say I'm really proud of Rayon, and I wish him all the best, and I know he's going to use his education to really solve national issues, and he will contribute a lot to Jamaica. I must say I am really proud of Danica also, being the only female inside the class. She would have contributed and made a significant impact, and will also encourage my other female students who are at lower school to actually select a subject like electrical technology. And also I'm really happy that I would have made that significant impact on her, that she would have actually received a grade 1 in electrical technology, and I wish her all the best.
Now that they have completed high school, Rayon and Danica are now looking forward to expanding their skills in electrical engineering. Both have applied to the Hartrust NTA National Tool and Engineering Institute in Kingston and are awaiting enrollment.
I want to become a marine engineer because, well, it seems cool to be working on ships and all, and you get to look at the engine and all that stuff. The reason why I choose industrial technology is because most females don't do that field, and I want to change that, and I love doing those subjects or work. It's kind of fun to me, so I just do it, and it's mainly boys, and I kind of like company and the competition between the boys.
I plan to further my skills in electrical installation and technology. I chose this because over the years, electrical has helped a lot of people, because without electricity and those stuff, you won't have light and stuff like those, and nowadays they are building electrical cars, so that's why I'm pursuing that career.
And before we go, Rayon had an important reminder.
Mr. Big said that if any of us who did electrical got 3 ones, we would get a scholarship. And I got 7 ones and 3 twos. Mr. Biggs, if you're watching, just know I am looking forward for the scholarship.
Did you know that there are medical, academic, and social benefits of doing a sport? Exercising regularly can reduce the risk of non-communicable diseases such as cancer and stroke. Working together promotes important life skills such as teamwork, leadership, problem solving, and mutual respect. And competing nurtures sportsmanship and lasting friendships, as well as improves self-esteem and resilience. So join a sport today and enjoy these benefits.
The 2020 Tokyo Olympics began today, and there are over 40 sporting events scheduled to take place between now and August 8. Among them is gymnastics. In our next feature, we delve into the benefits of this sport and the difference between competitive and recreational gymnastics. Watch this.
Gymnastics was developed in ancient Greece as a method to prepare men for warfare. Let that sink in for a bit. Today, the sport is not about military might, but it still pushes the human body to optimal fitness and flexibility. It's also, of course, no longer limited to males and is accommodating to both the young and older. Oh, and you don't need to be in Greece to enjoy what gymnastics has to offer. Right here at home, the National Gymnastics Federation of Jamaica, which enjoys funding support from Government Sports Development Foundation, recognizes 9 member organizations. One of them is Nishida's Gymnastics.
Hi, this is Shin Nishida, and I am the owner and head coach of Nishida Gymnastics. Hi. We are the gymnastics school operated in Jamaica, Kingston, and Montego Bay, Maypen, and Mandeville. We have been in operation since 2008.
There are 2 ways in which people can get engaged in gymnastics: recreational and competitive. Recreational gymnastics caters to anyone who wants to learn the skills in a fun, safe, and structured environment. Competitive gymnastics offers participants the opportunity to learn at the highest level and compete in international competitions. Whichever path the gymnast takes comes with a host of benefits.
Gymnastics is a sport that challenges the child in many different ways.
It helps them physically, right? Fitness, it helps them coordination, balance. It helps them mentally to focus. Most kids that focus, and most kids that tend to do really well in school, gymnastics helps them a lot. Some kids that come in, they're shy, and then gymnastics help them to build that self-confidence. Help them to speak up, right from wrong sometimes, because we teach discipline in our class as well.
One of the best ways for children and young people to experience the benefits of gymnastics is by getting involved in fun and interactive summer camps.
In our summer camp, we have gymnastics as main activities, and we also do performing art and craft, and academic work. As beginners participating in our camp, first thing we do is, of course, building the body, conditionings, in a fun-based activities. It's not going to be like 10 times push-up, 10 times sit-ups, but more fun-based activities. And also we teach floor basics like rollover, split, jumps, and different tumbling skills. And also we have the bars, trampoline, which is also different from floor, but more, flipping kind of fun exercise.
My favorite is the bars because this might sound weird, but I like it because I'm not that good at it, because I'm trying to do more stuff and learn more stuff.
Whilst recreational programs such as gymnastics summer camps are fitting for anyone, competitive gymnastics, on the other hand, requires a much higher level of maturity, commitment, and hard work. They know that well at Nishida's.
From all the branches, we have a small squad working towards the international competition and possibly world-class championships, such as World Championships, hopefully Olympic Games, those kind of big games. So those kids train roughly about 20 hours, up to 20 hours per week, which is like 4 hours every day, almost every day. They are doing a program called the USA Gymnastics Program, which is not really globally, but it is an international program that is used in North America, South America, and Central America.
Hi, my name is Sarah Mungal Singh. Welcome to Nishida's Gymnastics, Mandeville.
Sarah started like 4 to 5 years ago. She started move up drastically to junior, to NGR stars, and now she's at the USAG level. Sarah received a Golden Gymnast Award. That's for grading, to see how well she has been doing throughout the term. She have received like a lot of medals, first place medals. She have received Gymnast of the Term the other day. She have received international medals. She was even placed 4th internationally out of 65 gymnasts overseas. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Corinne. Welcome to Nishida's Gymnastics, Montego Bay.
Corinne has been progressing so well from where she started to where she is now. She is actually training for level 5 USAG, in which She has her overseas competition coming up in January at Orlando. Now and then we have basically like an in-house Olympics in which she received the strongest gymnast award. She received also the most flexible gymnast award. Also, she's actually a part of the Jamaica national team now.
Though gymnastics has proven to be quite beneficial for both recreational and competitive gymnasts, it is important to note that there are inherent risks in the sport that can only be controlled and kept to a minimum with proper supervision and coaching best practices. Once gymnasts and coaches are able to exercise safety at all times, the benefits for participants are endless.
I learned patience because, you know, sometimes it's not your day, so you have to wait until it's your day and you have to keep working hard to achieve success.
I've seen a lot of improvement and hard work and self-motivation. She's presently here at Nishida's, 3 years now. The kids here at Nishida always look up to her. She's very hardworking.
What I've learned through gymnastics is that it teaches you confidence, because if it wasn't for gymnastics, I would be standing right here, right now, you know, giving this speech, this interview. So I would say it has really given me confidence. It has really taught me, you know, discipline. It has a lot of fundamental values to it. And I would say one more thing is, you know, hard work really pays off. And once you stick to it and consistency, you'll make it.
If you're interested in finding a recreational or competitive sport this school year, gymnastics is definitely a fun and fulfilling option for you.
I'm sure you've heard the sad news about the 4-year-old boy who was beaten to death, allegedly by his stepfather, just a few days ago. Reportedly, it was all because he was eating slowly. This heinous act has been condemned by the government, and Jamaicans are being implored to desist from engaging in corporal punishment as a means of discipline and instead practice positive parenting. The Ministry of Education is taking steps to encourage more parents and guardians to make the switch so that Jamaica can become a much safer place for all our children to live and eventually work, raise families, and do business. Watch this.
The ministry through the CPFSA will be embarking on a positive or good parenting campaign in an effort to empower Jamaican parents to raise happy, healthy, and smart children. The ministry will also be embarking on a corporal punishment campaign where parents will be encouraged to try positive discipline strategies. Both campaigns will run for a total of 4 years in separate phases. The ministry is preparing to go to tender to engage a public relations company to lead this activity.
Unfortunately, this is where we close off our magazine for today. We do hope it was an inspiring one. If you enjoyed our show, feel free to drop us an email at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm or send us a message on any of our social media sites. While you're at it, visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for more information on government's many programs and initiatives. I'm Audrey Williams, imploring you to have a safe and peaceful weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.